was the project director for IT field services, and I took care of more than 160 openings for the IT infrastructure, working hand in hand with engineering, working hand in hand with the global design team. And yeah, that's why I'm here now with Schneider, because I see such a great partnership between the two companies where we can do much more about guest satisfaction and take care of your customers. Let me see if this clicker works, otherwise I'm using the laptop. In order to start, I spoke a little bit about the past, but I want to make one statement, which I really love from Arne Sorensen. Increasingly, all of us are more interested in experiences and memories than in other stuff. That's very different from the generations ago. It's not just a millennium trend, it applies broadly to people. When I was with MARRIOTT still, this one showed me really there's a major change coming. How has the technology impacted this change? We need to have a little bit a journey in order to come why Schneider is helping you. Let's go a little bit into the past. I took the evolution of the guest room as an example because all of you are able to relate back to this one. In 2004, we started the first internet offers in our guest rooms. Then it took 3 years before we were able to offer wireless in the guest rooms. Then only 2 years later, the demand for flat TVs came into the demand. The guest rooms needed to be changed again. 2011, the customers demanded to connect their own devices to something. The something was our TV. So we had remote jackpacks at this time, connectivity panels. This is also something where Schneider started helping MARRIOTT with this product from Clipsal. 2012, first IPTV. So we are coming slowly to the IP world. 2013, the latest wireless technology came out, then followed by the need to converge. And this is what is now critical. You know yourself about the mobile applications, mobile keys, and guest room management system. How does this whole thing come together? This is something which was my Bible when I was with MARRIOTT, GPNS, Global Property Network Standards. This was the key to connect all third-party products into a network on a secure environment and allow the data flow. With this picture, it is most probably very, very difficult to understand, but just 2 points on this picture. The administrative access to products and the guest access to products is running on the same network. It is secured, and you have the opportunity to exchange the data seamlessly, and you can have more knowledge what is going on in your network if everything runs on the same. With a converged network environment, you know this critical part, what all of you always ask, Schneider products, are they cyber secure? What is going on with your updates? How is it running in our hotel network? Does it harm our guests? Our strategy at the moment is working with corporate. We have already integrated the design, and we will be hopefully GPNS certified soon, so that all Schneider IP products can run on this network. As same as your current IPTVs, your guest room key access, the door lock, point of sale, any of these products. With the simple rules of the converged network from MARRIOTT with GPNS designs, we are able to integrate our products without having the need for separate networks, additional switches, additional IDF rooms, closets, and so on. What is the future with this? This presentation actually I did in the Innovation Summit last year in Paris, because what we want to support you is with future innovation when it comes to enabling guest preferences. We want to be able to support the mobile application by setting temperature preferences in the future. So there's a lot of works which we are doing with corporate headquarters to enable the Schneider products and support your customer satisfaction. Intelligent data use. We want that you have the data wherever you work. Even if you are a cluster person, we want to ensure that you can access all your properties from one location. So we are working on intelligent data use by being on the network and allowing you to have cluster BMSs, cluster information boards, and get alerts and all of these things for multiple properties. Centralized data analysis. This is what I'm talking today. This part is coming in a second when we talk about the building advisor, when we are talking about facility advisor, the power, and all of the things you're working on day to day already, which is the MESH program. We will want to help you with your sustainability goals, and we want to do more in this direction. We were talking to corporate about energy saving rewards. If a customer wants to get some extra points by reducing electricity in the guest rooms, is an opportunity because the data is there. It's just a question of, will the hotel be able to give to the customer a reward and how many points? But the whole structure for this one is a future opportunity. Staff efficiency, when we talk about your mobile apps, when we're talking about your connectivity. And the cost savings when we talk about networks. In a network environment, we want to save the active components. We want to reduce the hardware which goes into your hotels and come more into the cloud-based offerings. So this is what we speak when we talk about make it connected, IoT. We will have now a small presentation about Building Advisor. This is one of the products which you can see in the break with the details about reporting. And the important part is these are all products which are used globally already. We have a very good experience in the hotel market. If it is with your competitors or even with Marriott, we have a lot of experience and have just started up an office in India, which will be the excellent offices going forward for the whole globe. So there's exciting times coming. Just some quick numbers. No presentation goes without numbers. 4.2 billion middle-class travelers by 2020. This is what you will face in your hotels. So the luxury section is one customer base, but you have your select service and you have your, even the impact a little bit on the full service, but there you will see a very, very big shift in your customer base. Millenniums will be 70% of your customers by 2020. The global trend is a shortage of talents of 85 million people by 2030. Airbnb has at the moment 4 million listings, and I know that these are not considered a competitor, but these are people who are changing the market and changing the field of services. I was in a presentation from Mr. Tata just 3 weeks ago in Mumbai. It was the SAEC, the Hotel Investor Conference 2019. Greg Smith also was there to make a speech, as well as the global head of Hilton and Kempinski. It was a very exciting event to see how the people's opinion go in different direction when it comes to travel industry in India. India has the potential. There's a big changes of laws coming in order to make the business easier. But what happens is the cost is going up, the competition is higher, and the talent pool is required. I covered a couple of these things already with my speech about the Hotel Investors Conference. But what we really want to understand is consolidation and digitization. These are the two key factors for any product, if it is Schneider or is it your own products. We need to have a way of consolidating the work you're doing and not duplicating tasks. We want to have a more efficient way to support your properties. Sustainability. We are not talking about don't change my towel 2 days or change it every third day or don't change my linen. It is more. We are talking about food and beverage, waste management. We are talking about the entire energy consumption. We are changing the sourcing energy to green energy. So there is so much coming your way with opportunities, and we want to be your partner, to be next to you to make this one happen. We know that a 1% increase of your hotel's reputation, if it is saying, oh, they're wasting electricity, can impact your RevPAR index by 1.4%. So it is important that the hotel image about global sustainability goals, reporting about the CO2 footprint is really out there. And we are working with the MESH program already on your reporting, and there's more to come. Building advisor is really about the people. We want to make sure that your engineers have the right support around the clock from our offices, and that you have the certified knowledge base to analyze your hotel engineering network. Talking about chillers, talking about electricity, any equipment which is in the hotel. The technology, we need to understand much faster that you have problems. We want to have a higher speed to your resolution. We want to use our expertise level and the technology to leverage the data which we're having and fix problems as fast as possible to save you money. Collaboration, as we said, is very important. There's offices around the world, with one office here in India now, which has the experts here, and they are the ones looking at your data from the properties, analyzing it, giving advices by reports, and helping you to keep the hotel in a good shape. Hotel equipment. Overall, we have more than 100 experts in these bureaus. They are doing remote troubleshooting, which is not offered in India at the moment, but we are doing alarming, we are doing diagnosis, and we have more than 8,000 people working to do the maintenance and the fix if required. When you look at the type of equipment, it is over 1 million IoT devices which is monitored. This is a huge number, and this only can be achieved when these devices are sitting on a converged network. Then it is an automated process to monitor all your equipment and see when problems are happening before you even realize it on site. Building advisor. We have done projects with big owners, Host, for example. I will show you the Host data in a second. But our learning out of this, these are real numbers based out of the installations which we are having. Typically, we can decrease by 29% your unscheduled maintenance. Typically, 33% fewer complaints, and up to 20% energy reduction if you use the data, the knowledge, and the advices to implement them in your properties. Here's the data from Host. Host is an owning company based out of the US who is the owner of a lot of buildings, like Lulu here, as an example. They have, on the data, we have monitored 100 HVAC. We have listed or found 26 opportunities from these hotels which they have given us, and we could avoid $27,000 in cost by analyzing the data. This was the Host. We have we have the operational part when we look at wasting. So $4,000 could have been wasted or could have been avoided with the implementation of the delta T between supply and return. HVAC pumps, we found out that $7,000, we are talking only about the property cost, could be avoided, and 56,000 kilobitu's were wasted. And on the AHU operation, when we looked at this, there was 42,000 kilowatt wasted, and a cost of $5,000 could have been avoided. So this data has been analyzed together with Host, and we are continuing the rollout of Building Advisor with them. It is a constant effort. So this is not something which you install, you run the advisors, you have your equipment reporting it back, you get reporting. We still need to improve. It's an ever-changing market. You're changing one thing in your hardware, all of the other equipment gets impacted. And now, since you're all almost ready for answering me any question on my presentation which I have given so far, I don't want to pinpoint names, but I want to play a quick minute to win it. That means the first person who gets up and gives me the right answer will get a small prize from me. First question about sustainability. Do items such as cell phone chargers, fans, coffee makers, desktops, printers, radios consume energy when they are turned off? Oh, there were so many. Who was the first? I said getting up. There's one, okay. So we have two persons which said yes. Nobody says no? Wow. Rush, you have a well-educated crowd here. The answer is yes. And it can be up to 5% of electricity consumption. You got now how the game works? The faster you are and you get up, then I see you. What percentage of trash is made up by discarded packaging waste? 70%? 30 to 40%? Or 5%? Who said 30 to 40? Get up. Oh, so many. I think here he was the first. And it is 30 to 40. Gentleman here in the middle. Yeah. Exactly. One more. What percentage of your garbage is plant matter and can be composed? This is something which comes very soon in MESH. Remember waste reporting. Are we talking 25 to 30%, 80%, or 3%? I hear different ones now. Now we're getting more interesting. So I heard 25 to 30. I hear 80. Okay, let's see. Nobody 3%? Oh, there's 3%. Okay. 25 to 30. Last one before we continue. Which requires less energy? Producing aluminium cans from recycled aluminium or making them new? Both ways are the same. Recycling uses more energy or recycling uses less energy? Let's listen in the background. Shout loud. $90 to 95% less. Okay, we are running out of gifts, so let's continue. Good. As I said, today, since we only have a limited time, I'm concentrating a little bit on a global information base, make it a little bit interactive. But please come to the stand later on, see the real presentation, see the real data, see real reportings, and make an appointment with any of our local representatives which will be there. We come to your hotel, we help you, and we can have a look. So this is an offer which I make. I'm working on a global contract at the moment, and hopefully we can come up with a global pricing very soon as Stéphane Masson says yes. Okay, facility advisor. This one is an opportunity for smaller hotels where we are not having a BMS, where you're having limited size of the building, but I guarantee you we still have a lot of opportunities in these hotels as well by quickly installing the meters to measure what is happening on your electricity in sections and what happens in the water area, because we can detect leakages and we can detect electricity use in areas where you even don't think you're using electricity. So we know electricity growth and demand is 2 times faster at the moment. We need to look at decarbonization and decentralization. That's why this product, which we're offering as an alternative advisor to the advisors which we are giving as a full package, this one can really look at the cost sector when it comes to cleaning, energy and fluids, administration, equipment maintenance, and building maintenance. So when we are underestimating the cost, the owners and the managers will not be happy because your P&L doesn't look good and the owner doesn't get his return. So even in smaller places, we will be able to reach the business objectives of the owner, and we can run efficiently and limit the workforce, or actually not limit the workforce, we can make it efficient for the properties to have the right number of people. As all the other advisors, it's a cloud-based software. It talks for a business owner to improve the energy efficiency and the building performance with limited focus. It's really electricity and water. It's not a full thing when you have a BMS and you have the entire HVAC and all of these things on it. But for sites without BMS, it's a fantastic opportunity. There's a very minimal OPEX, so it is decreasing because we don't need to install additional equipment. It is small things which are just sending the digital meter information back to the cloud. We can improve the financial performance. We can repair faster and fix before it breaks with preventive analysis on the equipment, with the age and detecting abnormal consumptions. Our analytics is also benchmarking. So it looks at the history. When you have already 6 months history from the reading, any abnormal activity on your property can be reported, and you can either look yourself, was there a big event? Was there, we had, for example, we did it in Twickenham, in the Marriott, which is a hotel right next to a cricket field, and you see these abnormal activities every Saturday. The peaks. This is when the cricket games are going on. All of the people coming in using the toilets, all of the people coming in public areas. This is how you know I have my peaks. But if you have a peak and you have no event to it, we need to dig deeper. And this is what this solution can help you with. So out of these projects which we have done, we can see we can reduce the operational cost by around 12%. We can improve the financial performance and have a 15% business continuity and 25% of energy savings. And this is in small hotels. We know in some areas electricity is not that expensive and it doesn't show a big number on your P&L, but when you look over a year or you look over 2 years, it can sum up to a pretty nice amount. The facility advisor uses the same top layer. As you can see, connected products is just a smart panel. You don't need the BMS to be connected. You just need the empty set, and he will send all of the signals back to the facility advisor in the cloud. The facility expert is the one which is the logic behind this, and it looks at the data, it looks at history, it sends alarms, it gives log files and a scorecard. We see this one as a commercial solution for smaller buildings, single sites, or multi-properties where you don't have a BMS. Facility advisor, very simple. You will see it outside. You can see some reporting. It's a subscription-based module, and you can have all of the support from the local bureaus and also from the representative to analyze your hotel, what we need to do in order to get a pilot or a test running. This is a sample of a dashboard where you have energy deviations. You will see the energy footprint and analytics. What is the critical part? As all of the advisors, an expert looks at your data and tells you what we think is a solution and a cause, and we help you with an action plan to fix it. That's the key of all of the advisors which we're offering. Again, another example. You're getting the same type of reports as a building advisor, but on the details, it will focus on electricity load, the outside temperature, and also on the water leakage. We have the mobile application. What we don't have at the moment is the alarm in India. The alarming functionality will come later this year. When we look at the dashboards and the history, you have the main assets there. The building advisor, as a comparison, has all of the assets. When you are interested in how is the quality of my power, please come outside and look at the power expert. There we talk about harmonics, there we talk about all of the real interesting stuff. This one will tell you a little bit about it, indicates it, but it cannot do the entire quality management like a power expert could do. But again, there are still experts also for this product, and we know that a lot of select service hotels and smaller hotels, like the Protea chain is a good example. This is 120 hotels with an average room of 25 to 30 rooms. These are the right people. And I can see a lot of you guys might not have a BMS. Have a look, try it out. Analytics. We can actually look at this one. The exciting part is the future development. There will be the substation deviation will be added soon, so that we even can go deeper into your building and see in which area is exactly at the moment the power consumption and causes a problem. Facility advisor, different type of reports. You can see some of the reports over here at the booth in a little while. I just wanted to make sure that you are knowing we are working together with Marriott also on focusing on a different hotel market. As we said, the focus of the travelers will shift. So therefore we need to support you as well in hotels where we didn't look for in the last couple of years. It was always full service, luxury. We need to look at a different type of hotels. So, one more minute to win it. So let's compare the bulbs. This is something you had done when I was still with Marriott, changing all of the LED lights. So how much of energy is needed for these bulbs? You gave me the answers already before seeing the options. So I heard 25 already from you, and I give you 50 and 75 as an additional. You change your mind? No? You stay with 25? I give you 100 as an additional option. Still 25? Okay, you're correct. It's 4 times, but the important thing is it's 10 times longer in the life cycle. That's a very good point. He deserves it, really. I gave him so many additional chances to change his mind, but he stayed with 25. Well done. Now, something interesting, a little bit about energy. Which of the following is a conversion from chemical energy to thermal energy? Coal is burned at a power plant. Or gasoline is burned in a car engine. Charcoal is burned in a barbecue pit. Or all of the above. Okay, Raj, you have such a great team. Unbelievable. All of the above are chemical energy to thermal energy. So we are ready actually to look at the sourcing of green energy. I can see this. All of you are in a very, very good shape. Here, exactly. And now my last question for today. Energy is when the surface of 2 objects rub against each other, the ability to work. Ah, interesting. So I heard here something. What was here in this corner? Both. B and A. I didn't expect this. I didn't give both as an option, actually, because it's only A and B. It is B. And all of the energy which you showed me during my presentation, I hope you have a fantastic rest of the conference. Please come and to our stall in the break. I think it was now scheduled for your lunch break to have a look, speak with our experts, get their contact details, and thank you so much for this great partnership together with Marriott. Looking forward to work with you.
Thank you, Marcus and team. So team, I request you to genuinely spend enough time with the sponsors. They are here all the way. They came from very different cities and they are traveling here. I think this is the best opportunity for you also to interact with them and, explore what can be utilized in our hotel and which can be win-win to both. Yeah, thank you again. This is the end of the session 1, morning session. So we have some very interesting programs in the afternoon. Just to reiterate, as you all know, we have the live telecast. Encourage your number 2s and encourage some of your team members to watch this from the hotel. May not be the whole day, at least the session where they are interested, or where you think they need to participate. Encourage them. Encourage your number 2s. Tell your general managers, nothing wrong in it. You can text them. This is a live session going on. They are aware. Still they can jump in and, get a glimpse of what's happening here. So please encourage, text your number 2s one more time and text to your general managers. And let's make maximum use of the live streaming. Yeah. Thank you. Let's break for lunch.
send them out to the stand.
Yes, 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 yes.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, sir, for the opportunity.
Outside and the next room, both. Yes, 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 yes. Join anytime.